I think most people struggle with being present. And what does that even mean? When I used to hear the word being present, if I would read about it, it used to almost tick me off because I could never get my mind to stop racing. I couldn't get my body to listen. I would be stressed about XYZ or thinking about all the things I needed to get done in the future. Being present is a necessary skill if we're looking for evolution of the body and of the mind. A lot of people talk about ascension, but we're not leaving our bodies behind. Ascension, to me and to the counsel that I channel, ascension is about learning how to be a master creator of energy, a master creator of our reality in the body, with the body. And understanding that a body is part of our soul, is part of our creation. And so it's not leaving the body behind, it's not leaving earth behind. Ascension is being the bridge to heaven on earth through the physicality that we are. There was a time when I was really struggling with someone. Every time I had to be around them, it was like I was a punching bag. I felt like I was getting hit with all this emotional energy from this other person, no matter what I did. And I was driving to their place. I was out in the middle of nowhere. It was dark outside. It was freezing. And I was feeling all this tension and dread in me. On the way, I saw this white horse. There were two horses there, but this white horse in particular caught my attention. My headlights caught its eyes, and I could see it. I didn't know why, but I pulled over. And I knew that I needed to go touch this horse. I needed to go pet this horse. It's black outside. I don't know whose horse this is. I'm walking over to it. It reaches his head over the fence. And I just instinctively put my head down and put my forehead against his. And he just stood there with his forehead against mine. And I started weeping uncontrollably. And as the tears are just like pouring out of me and all this tension is building and starting to shed and release, I felt my whole body relax. I felt everything that I was fearing ahead of me and everything that I had experienced behind me leave. I get done crying and I feel all of my energy centered in me. I feel my soul centered. I feel my heart centered. I just feel completely present. I wasn't stressed out about where I needed to go. I wasn't dreading it. I felt empowered. I thanked the horse. I scratched his ears and under his neck, and I was just so completely grateful. What he had done in that moment was reset my magnetic field and brought me into presence. Everything started flowing coherently because horses have a really strong heart field of energy. And this horse knew I needed help. That horse put me into a high state of coherence. I left the horse and I went to the house and I was fine. Nothing triggered me. Nothing got at my energy field. I felt empowered and safe in my body and ended up having a really good time. Presence is when all of your energy is right here with you in the now moment. The question has always been, how in the world do we make that happen? We can't just always go put our forehead on a horse. Those aren't readily available at the grocery store. To become present is not fighting the mind, and it's not fighting the body, and it's not fighting your ego. It is everything coming into alignment and working in a cohesive unit. To become fully present, we have to first work on our magnetic field. We have to get energy flowing in a way that allows our energy to come back home to our body and to move in this beautiful toroid, how it's supposed to be moving. We have a North Pole and a South Pole, and that creates a polarization within us. And our heart has an electromagnetic field that the energy from our heart wants to get pulled up to the North Pole. And then from the North Pole, it goes down all around us and wants to connect into that south pole. And from the south pole, it comes back up to the heart. There's more energy getting pulled down to the south pole of your body, and then that is getting magnetically pulled back up to the north pole above you. And it just keeps rotating up and down at the same time through you and all around you. This creates coherence. From that state of presence, from this high state of presence, is where I do all of my energy healing work or mediumship, whatever I'm working with people or animals. I'm becoming present first. When I'm fully present, I'm bringing that other person present, because just like the horse affected me, my magnetic field was shifted into a state of coherence from the horse's strong state of presence and the strength of his magnetic field brings us into a state of presence. Pets do that for us when they are centered and don't take on our crap. My dog's under my chair right now. When they are present with themselves and they feel completely safe and at ease in their body, their magnetic field is really strong, and we feel soothed when we are petting them or near them because they're in a strong state of coherence. It feels peaceful. Presence feels peaceful. When I create a strong state of coherence for myself before I get on a call with a client, that creates a high state of coherence for the other person. I'm in a sphere of light and they're in a sphere of light. And when I connect with a person or a group, I'm a sphere, they're a sphere. And in this overlap space, I'm creating more and more coherence in their energy field. And that, disperses to their sphere and creates harmony. When that occurs, then I can bring in the angels, the guide. We bring in even higher vibrational energy to that person, and we start lifting them higher and higher. When we lift them higher and higher, their energy actually starts to expand a lot. And in that state of expansion, that's how I can easily dive into and see where the blocks are. That's how I can feel past lives coming forward that need to be healed. That's how I can feel ancestors that are needing to clear tags of energy, ancestral lines. Even if they're still here, I can feel parents or siblings come in that we need to clear up energy. I was recently working on a cat. That cat was on his deathbed. He hadn't ate in 4 days. He was gaunt. He wouldn't get up out of the tall grass that was by the house to come inside. He just had laid there for 4 days, not moving, and she was obviously very concerned. I tuned into the cat and I became very present. Now, this isn't going to happen every time because there's always choice points on when an animal or person decides to leave, but I was just present with the cat, and my presence, my strong magnetic field, brought the cat into a state of presence. And we took the stress of his caregiver out of his field and brought all of his energy back home, and it aligned his field. And then I gave him the choice. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? He didn't really answer with words, but I will say he guided me to the tumor that is in his stomach, and I was present with the tumor. And being present with the tumor allowed it to start to dissipate, and I saw the energy of the tumor start just to leave the cat. And it became just particles of light. There was coherence between everything. I get off the phone with her. 30 minutes later, she sends me a message. For the first time in 4 days, he got up, he came inside, and he ate. And I just checked back in, and this is 2 weeks later, and he's doing great. Being present is how we heal. And it doesn't have to take forever. We can heal things pretty quickly when we are present. I'm going to take you guys through a short exercise to become present. I work with people inside my mentorship and coaching containers, teaching them how to be present, whether they're there for deep healing or to find their purpose or to open their gifts. The first thing we're always starting with is presence and how to dial in on running energy through them to create and facilitate coherence. And then we work on connecting with someone else's energy field and creating coherence between them. So sometimes I have parents that just want to be able to be more present with their kids so that they can show up differently for themselves and therefore their families. But the ripple effect that they have is astounding because, like I said before, their presence shifts the presence of everyone around them. And then they can all communicate at a much higher level. They can appreciate and enjoy the now moment in a much higher level. Stress decreases. Whatever people are coming to me for help with, presence is where we start. And the question is always, how the hell do I get there? I'm going to share just this super simplistic, short technique to help get you started with creating internal unity. I'm going to be teaching a course in September. Here's a little practice to start playing with, to start working on being present. Take a breath. We always start with the breath. Notice our inhale. And becoming aware of the inhale is starting to bring your energy back home to your body. So taking a breath, turning that energy in to the body. Brilliant. Now imagine a timeline, a line of energy, just a single line of energy. It's in front of you and it's behind you. As you look at this line, right in front of you is a bubble, an empty bubble. Allow yourself to fully step into this bubble. Allow yourself to bring your mind, your body, your ego, your spirit, all of you into this sphere. That's the present moment, this moment in time. Nothing else exists in this bubble. Nothing else is here. It's just you present in this moment. And as you breathe into it, bring the present moment in deeper. There isn't any baggage here. There isn't any stress here because nothing exists outside of this bubble. Nothing. You get to decide. Inside this bubble, what do you want to create? If we are fully present, we're able to reach the quantum field because we're not so strung out energetically to all these other experiences and traumas. You can be fully present with what is here, now. What do you want to create here? What do you want to feel? You can put whatever you want in here. Go ahead. You don't have to know how, just say, and so it is. This moment is all that exists. This is it. All of your energy is right here. So you're completely undefined from the past. Because if we are fully present, then we're not attached to programming in the field. We're not attached to memories that are hanging out in the field. We're not attached to identity that was hand-fed to us by society, by family, by culture, by experiences. None of that exists. All of our energy is present right here. So we get to rewire subconscious mind and programming. We get to rewire our neurology and our body. We get to calm it down. We get to reorient it, realign it with what we're wanting to experience, and it changes our chemical expression. And these changes open our DNA. It changes our gene expression. It allows for longevity. We shut off genes that that were turned on by inherited beliefs, subconscious frequencies that we received from our ancestors, from our parents, from our culture, all that begins to shut off because we're no longer connected to those ideologies that are living in the energy field, because all of our energy is present right here, right now. I want you to practice this as many times as you can throughout your day and keep creating what you do want to experience inside this sphere. That's why people that are really present feel very peaceful to be around. You affect everyone around you. It's a domino effect. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. Be sure to comment, like, and share. It keeps everything flowing, and I appreciate it. And people need to know how to do this because that is ascension in the body. It's being present. It's unprogramming. It's stepping into a new way of being. So thank you for playing with me. If you are interested in coaching with me, I just opened up. I've rearranged my business so that there are more spots open right now. You can contact me over in the description. But play, breathe, think about the sphere, think about the bubble, step into it over and over and over again. So much love.